Settlement Percent, where you claim all base game settlements as fast as possible. This run was created by Crave Games, and I absolutely destroyed his time, as well as all of the natural ecosystems in the Commonwealth, and adding 3 kids to the total orphan population. This is how I got the world record speedrun time for Settlement Percent. Join me and learn how to exploit the often overlooked mechanics that are behind claiming settlements, and how you, yes you, can beat my record, because it is far from optimized. But before we can start, I want this video to explain many of the mechanics behind this run, but I can't cover everything. So I will be creating a separate unlisted video in the description of this one, so that anyone who's interested can take on the challenge themselves. Let's get started. If you want to skip straight to the run, go to this timestamp. Now to begin, we need to clean up the rules from Crave's run, because as of right now in the run's history, the rules are extremely vague. First, the fact that loading screens were counted in Crave's run. This is a big no-no in the speedrunning world because we don't want people with better PCs having too big of an upper hand. To fix this, we need to downpatch our game to a more respectable and official version. This makes pausing the timer during loading screens possible, and so long as we cap our game at 60 FPS, we have officially limited our financial advantage because, as many of you may know, most Bethesda games' physics are tied to FPS, for some reason. Second, Crave's run does not include any major glitches, and I intend to remain as faithful to Crave's original idea for the run as possible. However, in the beginning it is stated that the only glitch he would absolutely not want to be in this run is a punch warp. And I agree, my assumption is that the punch warp is discouraged as it prevents the run from feeling accessible to newer runners, because teleporting across the map every 5 seconds would immediately make me quit the game and find something else to be good at, only to find a 5-year-old kid who shreds guitar better than Eddie Van Halen. Contrary to the punch warp fact, he also states the run could be interesting with a few glitches, such as clipping through the vault. Therefore, I believe what I included absolutely makes the run more interesting, as it increases our negative contributions to the Commonwealth and allows the castle to be cleared out in about 2 minutes, putting all of the Minutemen's dreams in a coffin, which I later then blow up with a consumer-grade nuclear warhead. Third, while Crave allows some quality of life mods, I will not be doing that. Mainly because my game is on a version where the base game doesn't even work half the time, and someone out there could decide that their 110% movement speed mod is quality of life for them. Crave also uses the alternate start mod to skip the intro, so in a similar fashion, I start my run at the moment I gain control of my character inside Vault 111. I am not doing the intro because, trust me, with the amount of run killers there are in this route, you don't want that either. So my proposed rules, which I follow in my run, are: claim all settlements with the exception of Home Plate, Bunker Hill, and Boston Airport. 1.1.30 for pausable loading screens. No teleportation or save file manipulation glitches. All other glitches are fair game, especially if it makes the run more fun. And no mods. Holy yap sesh. Let's get into the run. And the run begins with the first movement input inside Vault 111. I would tap into my transcendent abilities and phase out of the vault with this cone, but if I do, then I won't have my Pip-Boy, and I also won't be able to start off with all these stim packs and ammo. Ammo conservation is critical in this run, so stockpile that like the world is ending. Oh wait, starting out, our stats are 10 endurance and 10 agility for AP maximization, and 4 points into perception. When we run into Sanctuary, we can absorb the metaphysical knowledge in this children's book to heighten our senses and bring our perception up to 5. That way we can unlock the Explosives Expert perk, which will make massacring what's left of humanity into a mushy pulp much easier. Thanks to our now bestowed gift of hyperesthesia and being able to see the world how people with blue eyes see it, we can teleport to the Sanctuary and it'll put us right in front of the workbench, securing our very first settlement of the run. Some sections of this run don't have to be in the order that I do them, however, I prefer to go through the run ending areas first, so that if I end up needing to restart, it isn't at the end of my run and I haven't wasted an entire hour of my life. We're going to run through these raiders and grab the fusion core and bobby pins inside the Museum of Freedom. Taking a path off the direct line of one settlement to another is risky, but whatever makes repossessing property easier is good in my book. Check out these sick b-hops. Now we scale the wall with a pistol, grab the power armor, and jump off the roof. The next settlement we're getting is Starlight Drive-In. These mole rats spawn in the exact same place every single time, and this one is always poking its ass out of the ground. So shoot it and the mole rat hive mind will force the other 5 out. After Starlight, we'll head to Grey Garden and grab some of the aforementioned consumer-grade nuclear warheads on the way. Starlight is an example of one of the most important settlement mechanics of this run and can help us categorize the others. Most of the settlements where you need to clear an area, the game is actually lying to you. You actually only need to kill certain key enemies to be able to claim the workshop. In this case, it is all of them. However, some have 4, like Sunshine Tidings. Some have 1. The Castle has 1. Jamaica Plain has 1. Even Crave Manor has 1. As soon as you kill them, you can unlock the workshop. Second category is for settlements already occupied by settlers, such as Grey Garden. For these, you simply have to kill them. In this category lies one of the many run killers tied to occupied settlements. Sometimes a settler's spouse has been kidnapped, preventing you from being able to claim the settlement, because you can't kill them. Probably the only good thing these raiders have ever done, and it was accidentally sparing an innocent person's life from my wrath. In this scenario, your run is probably dead. However, there are a few remedies to this mechanic that we can get into later in the run. Do some parkour into this junkyard, grab this mini nuke, and search all of the children of Adam for nuka grenades. This is one of those dreaded run killers, because if no nuka grenades spawn, then you probably gotta pack it up cheap. There are a few enemies that just take too long to kill without them, and there are 2 Mirelurk queens in this run, and only 1 of you. And yes, even after reading that children's book, you're not strong enough to make friends with them. Going into Grey Garden, you're gonna put the Rob and Robco and bomb these combat. I like to throw 1 nuka nade at the 3 Mr. Handies work in the field, but if you only got 1, I would use a frag grenade. I also use the laser musket as high energy damage and really packs a punch if you aim directly at Mr. Handy's eyes. I tend to try to stay close to the workshop while fighting so I can unlock it immediately. Afterwards, run straight across this bridge into the next settlement where you'll end the marriage between this very happy couple. After that, start making a beeline straight to the city. Unfortunately, we're on a no entry list, and these guys aren't too happy about our recent treacheries on the LGBTQ community. So take this as my official apology to all those lesbians out there. Afterwards, pick up a pipe pistol and scale the wall out. Dang, we're getting good at this. Then take my path towards Diamond City, picking up these 2 frag mines on the way. Here in Diamond City, we're going to do the only real glitch in this run, but I imagine it's more like a sleight of hand magic trick to make this meth head think you duplicated her ammo by the thousands. Convince her to give you her prized possessions, the spray and pray, as well as some extra ammo. Next up is a straight shot to Egret Tourism Arena, where we kill a middle-aged woman in the worst time of her life. She recently has come to the conclusion that she's a synth and killed her son. Yikes. Be sure not to die to these mines and pick them up later to be used. Make sure to equip the Aqua Boy perk at this time so we limit our radiation damage from water. Now it's pretty much a straight shot to Somerville Place. There's only 1 guy here that spawns along with his 2 kids. I honestly feel bad for them because they're right across from a desolate swamp infested with Mirelurks. Sorry kids, maybe head up to Honor Hall? The best path is around this house. Make sure you have your nuka nade equipped and fire up some frag grenades as well. Depending on the situation, you can either use the spray and pray like me, or if you get stuck on the trees, you can keep using your grenades or your minigun. Next up is Jamaica Plain, which initially was one of the worst settlements to clear because of all of these ghouls. Until I realized I only needed to kill this single weathered feral ghoul inside the main building, surrounded by all these other ghouls that look passed out drunk inside the office. Come on guys, this is a government building here. Get to work. Sprint straight to the top and grab all the loot off of Sal. The missile launcher, the combat armor specifically. We have been super squishy up until this point, so the armor is a big help. Kill this guy with your, holy shit, your international law-breaking gun? This is the reason why we're doing the southern settlements first. It's very practical to separate the north and south settlements, as northern settlements tend to be the harder ones. Specifically Crave Manor and Kingsport Lighthouse, which is where most of the time losses are. Next up, the castle. For the castle, you can easily clear it out in 2 minutes flat. My best time being 1 minute 30. Doesn't all this skill just make you want to subscribe? To clear the castle, you must effectively firebomb 8 Mirelurk nests, then head to the western side, the one you came through, and attack the Mirelurk Queen. She's the only key enemy for the castle, making this settlement actually one of the easiest settlements to claim. The pride and joy of the Minuteman, am I right? Use a combination of missiles, mines, and grenades to take care of the Queen, and the settlement is yours. From there, there's a few ways you can go. You can either go directly to Warwick, which requires taking out a super mutant, or you can take your chances at the northern map, so if you get any kidnappings, you can correct it later. That's what I did, and that's exactly what happened. At 10 Pines Bluff, there was a kidnapping, and I could not claim the settlement. The indicator of a kidnapping is when the settler walks towards you slowly. Now, you may be wondering, did I temporarily don the mask and save someone's life? No, I did not. Little known trick, if you load the game again from the main menu after some time passes, the settlers will forget that their spouse has completely gone missing, and has now decided that their biggest worry is the pack of feral ghouls across from the road that never leave their train station. We'll come back to these guys later. Next up, at Outpost Zamonja, you have to be careful, as Boomer's first reaction to conflict is nuclear warfare. Once we have eliminated all the raiders, we can claim the settlement and steal Boomer's mini-nuke launcher. Next up is Covenant, and I would actually recommend taking on this settlement during the day, because the settlers will just lock themselves in their house, which is absolutely the right reaction to an invader inside your private community, but unfortunately your walls and security gates cannot stop me from staining the green with gunpowder and blood. Funnily enough, if you kill the settlers fast enough, and without hitting actual bullets, only using the explosive splash damage, the turrets will not aggro towards you, and they'll just let you massacre the whole town. Also, you don't have to kill Deezer for some reason, and he's completely indifferent to the massacre of his townspeople. Next up at Taffington Boathouse, all you gotta do is exterminate these mosquitoes and head up for the next settlement, Greentop Nursery. This is another one where a kidnapping is possible, though I did not encounter it on my run, and I was able to turn this once thriving family-owned farm into a graveyard. After Greentop, head slightly east towards the Slog. If you approach the Slog at night with a very short view distance, they will all spawn super close together, letting you throw a grenade into the middle of them, killing them all at once. Unfortunately, I misplaced my throw a little and missed out on killing a few of them. Now, head towards Coastal Cottage. From here, we'll do a MLG 360 and drop a mine into this hole of mirelurks. I planted a mine in front of the house because usually he'll go around and through the door, but he didn't do it this time. After you claim that workshop, prepare yourself for one of the worst experiences of your life. Next settlement is the Lighthouse, which is filled with the children of Adam, and you need to kill all of them, including the ones on the boats and the glowing one that they trapped at the top of the lighthouse. I like to use the missile launcher to take out this guy here, role-playing Bloon's tower defense. He'll be 2-hit, but we've got plenty of missiles to work with. For the glowing one, a single bottle cap mine should be enough to take care of him. Don't ask me how adding tiny pieces of aluminum to a landmine makes it more deadly than pure steel shrapnel from a frag mine. Now you're seeing why those are so clutch. You're starting to get it. Important note, the gamma gun will stun you. However, if you're in VATS, it won't. So if there's ever a close encounter, you can always use VATS, even though it is a bit risky. This is where my run gets really jank. And that means this is also where your run can be better refined. I head back to Diamond City because of all my mismanaged ammo and health. Here, I'll get my rads cleared and get some more ammo. Ideally, you can avoid even doing this, and you can shave off an easy 5 minutes, making this a sub 1 hour. After shopping at Diamond City, we head back to the lighthouse to go to Croup Manor. This is another one of those settlements where you only need to kill one enemy, and that's a singular feral ghoul in the basement. However, running through here will aggro all of the ghouls, and in classic Bethesda fashion, they have the insane ability of teleporting 3 stories down into the basement, and they will body block you, and they will kill you inside the basement. So unfortunately, the only option is to kill them all. This is the reason why we took the minigun in the first place, so we can make easy work of all of these ghouls. Unlock the desk, grab the key, use the key on the door upstairs, then grab the other key and use the key downstairs. Holy game design. We're gonna call this ghoul Josh. See, Josh is down on his luck. Just like the ghouls in Jamaica Plain, he's adopted substance abuse in his life as a way to cope with his own diminished self-esteem and the pressures of society. Yeah, f***ing kill Josh. Now there actually is another mini-nuke in this basement, which initially I was going to use to decimate the settlers at 10 Pines Bluff, in hopes that the single mother of 3 was able to convince her husband to come back with the milk. Unfortunately, that was not the case, and we had to head to Finch Farm to crush Blake Finch's dream of his son ever coming home again. Next up is County Crossing, which has a chance of settlers being kidnapped, and when I got here I really couldn't remember if there were 2 or 3 settlers, otherwise I would have just killed them instead of hearing them out like I did. Can't start feeling guilty now, can we? After County Crossing is Nordhagen Beach. I make the Brotherhood seem like the good guys, because at least they just tax their people instead of just killing them and leaving their children orphaned. It's a good thing that we won't continue this playthrough after this run, because so far we've left 3 kids orphaned, which in a few years will turn into 3 revenge-driven Batmen. After Nordhagen, we just have a few settlements left with 10 minutes left on our timer before an hour. Fast travel to the castle, swim on over to Warwick. Here we're going to accept a quest to kill some green uglies. But actually, it's just one guy, who isn't even that cool because his buddy over here gets a minigun and he doesn't. Roger got tripped up on his words or something here. I'm not quite sure what causes this bug. Some synth malfunction or something, I don't know. After grabbing the quest, head through to Spectacle Island, where we'll activate the generator and then the anti-Mirelurk frequency. You don't actually have to kill anything here, so don't waste your precious ammo on killing the queen and just run up to the workshop. The biggest time loss here is just waiting for the caution marker to go away so you can fast travel, making Spectacle Island one of the easiest settlements. After that, head up to the Tomatoangus factory, take out this green big old guy, go to Abernathy, take out their family. You can leave their cat, that's fine. Head up to Sunshine, take out those camp counselors. Then we'll revisit this lovely couple at 10 Pines Bluff. She now has bigger issues to worry about than her man. A pack of feral ghouls moved in nearby, and she hates looking out her window to see them doing absolutely nothing. Part of me feels like she wants to take them out because she just doesn't understand them, but hey, a job's a job. And we did it. All settlements in Fallout 4. Other than those, but they don't count, And whoever said that you could get Boston Airport by clearing out all the ghouls is just wrong. It's literally not possible without doing the main quest and joining the Brotherhood. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and big number make me feel good. Also, I cannot thank you guys enough for the success of the Raider Grinder. I never could have imagined people would enjoy it so much, but here we are. Stick around for more Fallout stuff, and if there's a different game you'd like to see me play, just let me know in the comments. Also, remember, if you want a more in-depth explanation of this run, I will be posting an unlisted video in the description. It'll be probably like an hour and a half long, but hey, if you want to learn it, it's there. Just for you. Alright, that's about it.
See ya.